Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Oddwarg's Birthday 2014. This is a completely bizarre mishmash of a bunch of different things. I'm not entirely sure how to classify or categorize this, but I might think of it as like a very much more out there WarioWare Incorporated, which if you think about it, well, that's pretty far out there to begin with. But this is a little bit more structured and also quite short, and there isn't a whole lot to it. We open with a screen with a picture of Tails saying, "Feed me trash." And of course, I can't not think of Garbage Bird when I see that. But I will feed him some trash. Let's see that. Well, if you don't even get what that's meaning, it's like actually drag some garbage on your desktop onto the game screen. So I'm going to just drag the entire folder that this game contains with, or is contained in, and hopefully you guys can keep up because the text tends to go by a little fast if it decides to auto-prompt. I've had it do that sometimes and not other times, but here we go. We're about to enter a world of madness. Maybe seizure warning? I don't know, let's see. Alright, Tails has exploded from all the trash. Do you remember me? I'm your old pal, Princess Tails. Of course I remember you, Princess Tails. Alright, we're not auto-scrolling today. Trouble has been some trouble. There has been some trouble in the nation. The Oddwarg has escaped to the stars and is wreaking havoc. It is your duty to destroy him in the most cruel of ways. You must kill him by carrot. Let the arrow keys move and the spacebar shoot. Thank you, Tails, or Princess Tails, for the very detailed description. Loving that background, and this title card is fantastic as well as the music. Very heavy in a weird way. Alright, I'm ready. Let's do this. Alright, so we're out in space. We've got crosshairs, or at least it feels a little like space. The background is not necessarily indicative of space, aside from the stars, perhaps. And we seem to be slinging these carrots at this character, who in turn gives us a carrot on our little menu on the top there. Our goal here, hit this guy that many times, to correspond with the amount of carrots. As you can tell, the crosshair becomes dim after each carrot fired, and then you have to wait for a certain amount of time before it reloads, so to speak. And those, whatever those are, those little silly bunny cat things that we seem to be shooting with the carrots are just spinning around like mad in space after each one of them is defeated, and we seem to be getting more and more strange patterns going into things. Alright, so far so good. This is not all that difficult. The only thing you really have to worry about is the fact that there's some depth to this, and you actually have to compensate by leading your target and also kind of making a mental note of how deep they are in the background when you're firing, because that will also determine how far you need to lead them with. Alright, I think we're already on the last carrot, so that went fairly quickly, and we just need to nail this guy over on the left, and once again, there we go. So that's the end of that. That wolfish type thing is turning into a horse. Of course a horse, why not? Okay, so that did not work as planned. The Oddwarg is now a horse. This is perfectly okay. Make the Oddwarg jump and roll under the hurdles to end the foul beast. Do not fail me now, the world needs you. Let the down key roll and the spacebar jump. Alright, let's try this out. So we seem to be a naked man that somewhat feels reminiscent of the Gumball Guardians from Adventure Time. I think that reference might have been intentional, but I couldn't tell you 100%. And we're going to roll this horse warg thing under and over and around in some sort of very simplistic runner-style thing. You'll see the carrots correspond again. Oh, I messed that one up. He gets very angry at us when we do that. Try not to mess them up if you can. You can roll your horse as long as you want. There's no limit to it. You can just keep rolling indefinitely as long as you're not jumping. And you also don't need to use spacebar. You can actually just use up and down, which might seem a little bit more reasonable for people who aren't thinking very hard about it. I mean, spacebar is not that crazy either, and that was my fault for testing out spacebar. Don't test out spacebar when you're not ready to jump or get out of the way. So, yeah, the background is exceedingly 80s, isn't it? It's very much like a crazy sweatshirt that you might buy from, like, what is that? There was that brand that had, like, the sweet glove. Body Glove. Of course, Body Glove. What else would it be? It's reminding me of some of their color schemes, which are just like the most garish neon colors they could come up with. And I really like the little subtle touches, like the guy's happy trail and the armpit hair. Dude's totally bald. He doesn't care. He's got hair where he needs it. And a little strange reticle where his belly button is, I suppose. And before I even knew it, I already beat the game. That's actually, there's only 2 events to this game. It's surprisingly short, and that is all that there is. So, Oddwarg's birthday 2014, we just did a full Let's Play on it. The horse's leg, I'm a little worried about it. The bottom left of the corner of the screen, a little weird. Actually, it's like the middle left. Well, that did not do anything. Now the Oddwarg is just a really fit horse. So I'm pretty sure when I hit the next spacebar, so it's just going to close the game. So I think it's going to be a surprisingly short episode. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much. I'm actually having a terrible migraine right now, and also kind of a bit of some sort of flu symptoms going on at the same time, maybe a little fever. So probably not in the best condition to do a super long episode, and pardon if my commentary is suffering as a result. Hopefully you understand. I don't want to miss a day. That's kind of my thing. But if it happens, I suppose. Let's hope that my condition improves. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Link is going to be in the description if you want to check this out. Do appreciate any support. If you're still enjoying the series, of course, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Oddwarg's birthday. Was it odd enough for you? Could it really use more neon? Do you think Princess Tails really did the job afforded to him or her? What do you think about this whole situation? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments, and be sure to come back again tomorrow. New episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single night. So I will see you next time, and I guess I'll just hit spacebar and let the game end itself. Later.